Well, thanks guys for all your comments on both our last YouTube video and on our Instagram page about where you think the battery disconnect should be. So, without further ado, drum roll please. Welcome to Brothers Custom Builds. In today's episode, we're going to be focused on the driver. We're going to be starting with pedal mounts. These are going to be custom pedal mounts, serve two primary functions. One of which is so that the pedals are not only located where they can work properly, but also can be adjusted. And the second function is to add, with the custom mount, some strength to the cage. Then we're going to be moving from there to the steering column. This is just tacked in place right now. With the pedals in place, the seat in place, we want to make sure the steering column is where we want it, and then we'll be locking that in with the custom mount for that as well. Then we're moving from that to the shifter. We're going to get the shifter mounted to the transmission, make sure it's in the right place. All of this is so that we know all those components that are very important to driving the car are in the right spot for the driver to be comfortable, so that we can finish all the sheet metal. We're going to continue finishing the trans tunnel and working on the sheet metal on the firewall. So today, it's all about the driver. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll keep making more awesome videos of this incredible build. So thanks for checking us out. Let's get to work. I want to explain the direction we're going with the brake master cylinder and clutch cylinder mount. Mounting both of those on this same bracket. We started with our trusty RAM board, made a template with a lot of notes on it so that we knew how to transfer it over to the piece of metal. The metal we're using is 1/8 inch mild steel. Now, 1/8 inch mild steel by itself would not be strong enough to resist the flexing that would come from the pressure of pushing on the brake pedal and clutch pedal. So, got some elements here that I want to explain to make this more rigid and strong enough to handle those pressures. So on this side will actually tie in, fully weld over to where the throttle cable mount is. On that, we also have 2 dimple dies to add some rigidity. Then under this long stretch here, we added a brake bent at 120 degrees to give this bottom surface some rigidity and stiffness as well. And then on this other side, this will tie into the outside edge of the cage. Got 2 dimple dies on that, adding some strength. So after that's said and done, then we're also gonna skin the front of this with another piece of 1/8 inch before drilling and mounting both the cylinders. So all that together should keep this thing very rigid and strong to resist those pressures coming from the brake pedal and the clutch pedal. So can't wait to see it all on the car. I'm going to show you the plan for the pedals here. In the mount that I made that's welded to the frame, we're going to run this 1/2 inch solid rod through that mount. Now it'll run through this 5/8 1/8 inch wall DOM tubing, which gives it the 1/2 inch ID. So it'll slide through those, and then where the pedals are, the pedals will be 1 inch DOM tubing, 1/8 inch wall, and then it'll have these bronze flange bearings that you can just get from Lowe's. So I'll show you that. So those will fit inside there. So this is what that flange bearing looks like. This will be the pivot of the pedal. So it fits down inside that DOM tubing on both sides. The solid rod will slide through that. So this will pivot on that. These will hold it to the frame. But then for the pedals themselves, got some sheet metal and flat stock that I'm going to use to make the pedals. But saw a cool thing on somebody that I follow, their YouTube channel and also their Instagram page, Jap Hands Customs. I'll put the link down in the comments to both his Instagram and his YouTube. But use one of these meat tenderizers for the pedals. So I'm going to cut this thing up and modify it to be the bottom portion of both the pedals. So pretty cool idea. Glad I saw that on his page. He's an awesome fabricator. So you definitely want to check him out. Try as I may, I came up without enough room here, so the pedal portion is hitting that part of the frame before it gets into where the mount needs to go, so that everything's running parallel in the same angle. So I'm gonna have to come in here and clearance some of this tube, plate it off to have room for that to fit there. Alright, making some progress on the pedals, and I need your help. This was not my original intention with the pedals. I was going to just use this as the foot pad and then fabricate some steel arms. But as I was measuring, I realized that these meat tenderizers were the exact length I need the pedals anyway. So I figured I'd try them out and see how they look. So what do you think? Should I keep going ahead and fabricate some steel arms that look really cool and use these as the foot pads? Or should I just keep it simple and leave the meat tenderizers as they are and let them be the pedals? So your vote counts, just not as much as the owner's vote counts. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Leave the meat tenderizers or fabricate pedals and use these as the foot pad? Here's the other side to help you make your decision. So that's going to be it for this episode, because I'm kind of stuck until I know what direction to keep going with these. So help me out, post it in the comments, and then the next video I'll continue with the master cylinder mounts and we'll start moving on from there. So thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.